All right, the relapse rule. I don't even like talking about this because this gives people permission almost to feel like they can relapse, right? But we do need to talk about the worst case scenario. So what the relapse rule basically is that if you relapse, that you just make it a one-time thing. That all of a sudden you're with some friends or something, and you smoke up, you get high, and the next day you're good. Oh, I did it. Just make it a one-time thing. All right, don't do it 2 days in a row. Just that one day it was, and then just move on. Now, the reason why I don't like this is because I remember when I learned about this initially, it was like, all right, and I like planned out my relapse. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. I'm just gonna do it one day, on a snowboarding trip. And so I was just gonna do it one day, but guess what? That one day ended up turning into like a year and a half of everyday smoking. It wasn't just one day. And so that's what I don't like about this relapse. This rule, how it means is that you can't plan it out. Like, all right, I'm gonna relapse this weekend with the boys, but I'm only gonna do it once. I'm not gonna do it 2 days in a row. No, that's not how this works. How this works is really if it's like an accident. Not something that you planned out, that, oh yeah, I'm gonna relapse on this day with my friends, and it's just gonna be for one day, no. So how it works is if it's an accident, say all of a sudden it wasn't something you planned, and you've been good, you've been clean, and but we're all human. Sometimes people do just slip out. Matt, I know that in the past there's been times where I relapsed because I was drinking. That's why I don't even drink anymore. But in the past where I was drinking and all of a sudden my willpower is gone and I just more stupid and smoked, and next thing you know I'm back smoking weed every day again. Or, say all of a sudden you're on like a date, some beautiful girl, model or something, and all of a sudden she pulls out some weed, starts smoking, you want to impress her, you don't want to, seem not cool, so you smoke it, you lower your standards to try to impress her, and it was a bad decision, but, you did it. Or you're with some friends and you just kind of like just give into the moment and you smoke with them or whatever. That's what I mean. If you relapse and you're like, oh, why did I do that? Then just make it a one-time thing. Don't, and the rule of thumb is that don't do it the second day again. Don't do it again the next day. Just end it. And no, that doesn't mean you can do one day on, one day off, one day off. That's not how this means. It just means it's just like in the case of emergency, if you accidentally slipped up and smoked up, got high, then just don't beat yourself up. There's no point in completely beating yourself up. Just be like, what, this tomorrow I'm gonna start over fresh and just move on. And hey, and for those who count the days and all that, I'm not really a big day counter guy. I never really counted the days, but do you have to start over counting the days? Yes, because you did get high. But all that counting the day stuff really is just ego, in my opinion, anyways. And like as if you're in jail, like doing the tally marks. Whatever. So I know some people like to count the days, but yeah, you do got to start over. But don't worry about it. You think about it. Say you went 6 months clean and you relapse one day, and then you go to another 6 months clean. In the span of 1 year, if you smoke just one time, then you can give yourself a good pat on the back. You still did a great job. Nothing to beat yourself up about. So, but that's the rule, guys. If you do relapse, then just make it a one-day thing, a one-time thing. Till next time, see ya.